All right. So we were discussing some special instructions that are used a lot in the field. So just follow through. You might need them, um, might not need them, might fit your style of programming, and might not fit your style of programming. Uh, it all depends, right? We have already taught some ways that you can do this, at least for the instructions that I'm going to show you right now. I already showed you how to do it in another way, but maybe this way fits your style of programming better. All right, so we're gonna do this motor start stop, right? I believe before we used to do this, right? So we would put the start button first, stop button normally closed. So this already has a one. Let's go into our documentation editor. Element zero start record X1 to stop. Remember, this is one is normally closed. So simulated on and when pressed, it goes off. So meaning when I press the button, it goes off. And let's put an output here. Y0 test output. Alright. So this video would show you not only this, I'm going to try to cover some other things, but they're very basic, just little details that might help you with your projects. So let's go back to main. So X0, X1. Let's start off by putting Y1 here, Y0, I'm sorry, which is the actual output. Usually we would put a permissive here, but you can also put your actual output. I want to show both ways how to do it. So notice that when I press start, look what's going to happen. New topics. Okay. Let's open our simulator. Continue and view this project, the project that we have here. All right. So now let's write this to the PLC. I'm going through this again, even though we already covered it. It's going to help you a lot. So going back to our simulator, let's put it in run mode. All status are on, and remember it says simulated on, and when pressed, it goes off. So simulated on means it's always on, right? It's normally closed. On the wiring, it's normally closed. And when I press it, it's going to go off. I simulate it on all the time, and when I press it, it goes off. So let's simulate it on. Notice that when I push the button, Y0 turns on, and when I let go of the button, it turns off again. So I need a way to latch it in or kind of hold the one here. So typically what we would do in class is we would do this. It's in edit mode. So we would put a branch around it. Oh. With the control and the arrow. And then we will write whatever bit that we have on the output. Once we turn it on, we want to have it here. Y0. Okay. We're going to accept the changes. These are changes made online. Accept the changes. I'm going to write the PLC. So now, that's not good. So now we have that. X1, we're simulated it on, normally on, right? It's normally closed, normally on. Right? We want to press the start button. When I press the start button, power flows from here to here, turning this on. So the output turns on, Y0 turns on. When I let go of the button, since the output is on, this is on. So it's passing from here into here. I let go. It turns on. It keeps on, right? Keeps the power going through it. Now, that's one way of doing it. The other way we discussed how to do it was, well, let's do this. Let's put a permissive. Permissive. Because sometimes you don't want to turn on an output. You want to start an entire system. So you don't want to turn on, like on the tank problem, you don't want to start an entire uh, you don't want to just start a motor or a valve. You want to start an entire system, give it a permissive. So permissive 1, write detail, select. Okay. So now that's permissive 1. And now we're saying, well, when the system basically is saying, hey, the system is on, it's permitting to be on, I'm going to turn on the output. In this case, it's the output. In other cases, it might be an entire sequence. I'm going to set the changes. I'm going to write to the PLC. So you see, it's still on now. I use the permissive to start, right? So this is very useful for when you want to start an entire system. That's why we taught it like that. But notice that I could also have put my 0 over here, okay? So that the way that we're going to discuss it now, we're going to use another type of instruction, and they are here, right? Set and reset. If you don't have that tab, it should be on your toolbars. It should be your ladder bar, I believe. You see? So you go to tools, you go to view, I'm sorry, toolbars, press ladder view, and you'll get this instructions. So let's, I want to use a permissive for now. So instead of using this holding contact, normally open contact, which holds the value in, I'm going to teach you how to do it differently. Okay. So let's use our start button at 0. Start button. And let's change this to a set. Set means it's going to hold the value in after it turns off. So if I set it, it's going to hold the value in. So if I turn this on and turns off, when I turn it on, this is going to store a 1, a bit of 1 here, no matter if this turns off. Okay. So I want to add, and this is going to help you as well, I want to add another rung. So you go here, insert an entire rung, and you want it before cursor. So before cursor is this. This is my cursor. I want it before it. Bam. So now, when I hit the stop button, so look what's going to happen. I'm going to need my start button, when the start button is pressed, to reset the permissive, right? So X1, put here, reset. It's not C0, we're going to put C0. So in this instruction, notice that it's not an output coil. It's not just an output, just like this one, right? It's a reset. So I can repeat the same address here and here, because this one sets it to 1 and this one resets it back to 0. So what I'm saying here is normally on, right? So if I leave it on, you say, but I thought we always simulate this normally close on the program, so you don't have to put the normally closed contact. What happens is, since it's always throwing a 1, you will always be resetting. So what you're saying is, when I'm not 1, I want you to reset. Meaning, if you go back to your simulator, when I'm not 1, when you're 1, it means you're not stopped. When you're not 1, it means you're off. Right? This is not 1. So that's what's going to happen in here. Reset. All right, let's accept the changes. Let's write to the PLC. All right. Now look what happens. Put the simulator side by side with the program. So when I hit X0, notice that this is off, right? And notice that this is on. It stores the value in. So right now this is at 0. You can see C0, it's 0. It's not on. So when we start it, and this is the push button means it's not being pressed, right? Because you simulate it as being on. When I press it, it turns off, right? So right now, if I press this one, notice that even though I'm pressing it, I'm trying to put a 1 there, it's not setting it. It's not letting me. Now, if I turn the push button, if I let the push button to be off, which means it's on, because it's normally closed, and I hit the start button, and I let it go, now I got the permissive. So I'm setting a 1 there. Now, if I hit the stop button, right, look what's going to happen. Oh, X1. If I hit the stop button, look what's going to happen. You see? C0 turned off immediately. C0 turned off immediately. It shows there as a green, but it's meaning that this instruction has just executed. So right now, you can use this set and reset to start your system instead of using the holding contact. If this makes more sense to you, you can use it any time. Now, the only thing that I would suggest is remember that you simulate the button off to be on. And when you press it, when you actually press the stop button, it means you're pressing it, you're turning it off. You're throwing a signal of 0 back into the system. Okay. I hope this helped a little bit. So see you in class.